any commissioners present in this room right now?
I don't believe so.
No. Well, I'll tell you right now, as chairman of the Bergen County Board of Chosen Freeholders that represents over 1 million people in Bergen County and 70 municipalities, I'm pretty dismayed to see that one commissioner could not come to this garage to hear this hearing. And the fact that you're telling me that they're going to hear 8 hearings between now and Friday to make their informed decision, the resolutions that I read as a freeholder, it's a lot of work. 8 testimonies in 8 locations is, I find very hard to believe that they're going to be able to read each one of them. And it saddens me they're not here. And while we're on the topic, any future hearings, I would be more than happy to open up One Bergen Plaza and the Board of Chosen Freeholders chambers for hearings to be held. Because something of this magnitude, I think, deserves a little bit better than a garage. Really, this is disgraceful.
We cannot continue to pile on to our nation's crippling debt by borrowing to pay for these projects. We cannot follow the federal government's path to downgraded bond ratings and paying higher taxes. We need a well-functioning transportation system, and we need the way to pay for it. Increased user fees, while unfortunate, only makes sense. Let's stop passing the buck. Let's do the right thing and break bottlenecks and break the cycle of debt as well.
I can personally attest to the importance of investment in public infrastructure for a multitude of reasons, not the least of which is to avoid exorbitant expenditure in the future and to provide the highest quality of service to all citizens, and yes, to provide jobs. However, the timing of this initiative could not be worse. The present economic climate has visited upon our nation and the New York metropolitan region financial challenges rivaled only by the Great Depression of the 1930s. Unemployment nears double digits, foreclosure filings have hit record highs, and every day is a challenge for families across our country and right here in Fort Lee. For the record, and on behalf of the community which I'm sworn to serve, permit me to interpose my objection to the current status of the proposal. And what I mean by that is not the present, bear with me, not the present drastic increases that are proposed. And I'm only offering to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey that there must be a happy medium.
You know, a few measly dollars to cross a bridge in the tunnel, you know, in the long run is going to benefit us all.
I am here today representing a union whose members will not benefit, the teachers union. I am a proud Bergen County resident and New York City public school teacher whose civil servant salary has not moved in years because the city just doesn't have the money. Just how the government has told us no. And we have had to accept that and become creative with our personal budgets. So should the Port Authority be forced to in this tough economy, to become creative with their budget, and while we, the public, say no. We are all in this recession together, and this us-them mentality is cannibalistic.
I represent my company, GW Taxi, and I'm assuming a lot of local transportation companies, taxi, limousine, and whatnot. I don't think Port Authority understands how much this will affect businesses like mine. We already pay and pass to our customers over $10,000 a month in toll fees. It's ridiculous in the times that we're living and with people losing their homes and everything else for you guys to ask for a toll increase, to build a project that you guys will be collecting rents on. If we're going to pay for it, we should get some rent back from it at least. That's the very least you can do. But for businesses like mine that are going to struggle, and for me to have to apologize to my customers every day that it will cost them more to go to JFK and LaGuardia Airport than it will to drive to Florida is absurd. It's a ridiculous time to do this. It's not fair to local businesses like mine, and I don't think anyone's up here representing us. So I'm proud to speak for that.
The executive director, he makes $304,000 and $902 a year. The CEO, he makes $185,000, but he accepted a salary freeze. Director of procurement makes $198,000 a year. The chief technology officer makes $231,000 a year. There's 1,400 workers make $100,000. There's 90 people we're put in newly created positions or just given raises. There's 130 police sergeants made $149,000, which I don't really disagree with that. Instead of raising the tolls again and again and again, why don't we just stop giving these exorbitant amount of money to people who basically work in an office?
But I do believe that the Port Authority is being extremely greedy and de facto, not de jure, because this is all legal, but de facto it's a corrupt organization. They have the power, essentially, to tax this area without being accountable in any way to the electorate or to stockholders. So it becomes a self-perpetuating, predatory, parasitic machine, which is basically shafting the public.
I used to commute, and at my expense, with my toll money, the Twin Towers were built. I resented it then that my toll money would be used for a commercial structure and not be constructed by private enterprise or by the state. It should not be my money. Now the motorist is being raped again. The money goes not for the repair of the bridge. The money doesn't go for the repair of the roadways, a little bit maybe, but it goes again for where the Twin Towers were, to build another building. And it goes for all kinds of other things that the Port Authority likes to do. It doesn't go back to the motorist. We are already paying a whole bunch of taxes.
Really, do I need to pay an increase every time I want to go see a Yankee game? Pay almost double, take my girlfriend to see the theater? Probably not, but I've been around long enough to know sometimes you got to give to get. And if toll increases are going to get the ball rolling with some projects that are going to put myself, my union brothers to work, get that project done down at the Trade Center, which, by the way, I'm 100% for. We need to get that tower up. Then I fully support this toll hike. Thank you very much.